You ever in a group setting having a conversation with a group of people and you can't seem to get a word in? It's pretty frustrating when you feel like you got something to say, but you can't really get a word in and you want to make your opinion known, whether it's a argument or discussion or a meeting. It's tough to feel like you're being drowned out by other people when you want to make your voice heard. It seems like when that's happening, everyone else wants their voice, their opinion to be heard as well. We love to talk and let everyone know what we're thinking, what our opinion is, let people know what we're knowledgeable about. But I think there's a lot more to be gained by just being slow to speak and quick to listen to what other people have to say. Yeah, just fighting that temptation to just say the first thing that comes to mind instead just asking questions, learning what other people think, and yeah, instead of always trying to make our opinion heard, just hearing what other people have to say. And if there does come a time to speak up, you've had time to process it and think about what you want to say and articulate it. Otherwise, just taking that opportunity to learn from other people and soak it in, which can take some restraint. But I think there's a lot you can learn just from paying attention to other people. I used to be really bad at this, especially growing up. I was always the talkative one in class or like arguments or discussions with friends, would always want to make my opinion known even if I didn't have anything positive to say. And then as I grew in faith and read the Bible more, I just realized there's so many Bibles that reference being slow to speak, quick to listen, and the wisdom that comes through that and what you learn just by paying attention and listening more instead of talking. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of good examples from James and Proverbs. We got, let's see, Proverbs 17:27-28. Whoever restrains his words has knowledge, and he who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding. Even a fool who keeps silent is considered wise. When he closes his lips, he is deemed intelligent. Ecclesiastes 5:2. Be not rash with your mouth, nor let your heart be hasty to utter a word before God, for God is in heaven, and you are on earth. Therefore, let your words be few. Just a few examples. There's plenty more. The main part of it's just from being introverted and talking less anyway, but I think I've gained a lot just from listening more. And yeah, just have begun to listen and ask more questions rather than just speaking out of turn or speaking before I've thought through what I want to say. And yeah, I think when you take time to listen and learn from others, you realize there's a lot you don't know or don't know how to articulate. And I think just from learning from people that are smarter than you or have more experience than you, I think there's a lot of wisdom that comes through that. I believe we have more to gain from listening rather than speaking. I think obviously there's a time for both, but ultimately a lot of times speaking makes us feel good, like sharing our opinion and telling people what we know, but listening allows us to actually learn more and develop as a person. So I think there's a time and place for both. It's a balance. Sometimes we do need to speak up, especially when we don't want to, if something needs to be said. That's something, yeah, I can get better at too, still trying to get better at. But we should still carefully consider our words, what we're trying to say before we do speak up, just because our words can have a ton of impact. It can go both ways. We can say something negative that negatively affects a person for a long time, but we can also uplift someone and change their life, change their perspective from the things we say and how we deliver it. Take time to think carefully about what you want to say. And if you don't have anything positive or constructive to say, then maybe just listen and allow other people to speak until you've carefully considered your words and what you're trying to get across. I think it's counterintuitive, but we can communicate better by listening more, by listening to people more knowledgeable than us or people we're trying to serve and just hearing their perspective, their thoughts, so that when we do communicate, we can do so in a way that is relatable, makes sense to them, comes across in a way that's constructive and that's helpful. So I think it's something we can all do, working on being slow to speak, quick to listen, asking questions, making other people feel heard, and see what you learn, see what wisdom you gain, and just working on identifying times to listen, times to speak. There's a time for both, and having the courage and as well as restraint to do both.